Welcome to a world where money doesn't grow on trees and being broke is more common than you might think. Yes, it's true that most people are struggling to make ends meet, but have you ever wondered why? In this video, we'll explore the reasons why most people are still broke and what you can do to avoid falling into the same trap. From poor financial habits to societal pressures, we'll delve into the fascinating and often surprising factors that contribute to this widespread issue. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and prepare to uncover the secrets of financial success. Not having clearly defined goals. Imagine you're on a road trip without a destination in mind. You could end up driving in circles or worse, stuck in traffic for hours. That's why having clear financial goals is like having a GPS for your wallet. Without it, you could be going around in circles, lost in a sea of bills and debt. Setting financial goals helps you avoid the temptation of spending your hard-earned cash on things you don't really need, like a life-sized statue of your pet cat. Yes, it might seem cute at first, but it won't help you reach your financial goals. With each financial decision you make, you can ask yourself, will this help me reach my financial goals? This simple question can be the difference between impulse spending and frugal living, and even between being broke or wealthy. For example, let's say your financial goal is to save $10,000 this year. Every time you're tempted to buy something you don't really need, you can ask yourself if it'll help or hinder your efforts to save that $10,000. Suddenly, that impulse buy doesn't seem so appealing anymore. Being controlled by fears. Fear, the ultimate buzzkill. It's like that annoying party guest who just won't leave, even though everyone else is ready to hit the dance floor. Fear makes you say no to opportunities, investments, and to living your best life. But you know who doesn't let fear get in the way? Athletes. Yeah, those guys who run marathons and dunk basketballs. They don't let fear tell them they can't do something. They tell fear to take a hike. So if you want to be wealthy and successful, you need to take a page out of their playbook and kick fear to the curb. Sure, it's easier said than done, but it's totally doable. Start by changing your mindset about fear. Instead of letting it control you, take control of it. Make fear your party guest and then kick it out once you're done with it. Not setting realistic financial goals. Do you dream of being a millionaire but feel like you're stuck in a financial rut? Well, you're not, my friend, because with a little bit of planning and hard work, you too can achieve financial greatness. But before you go quitting your day job and start the next Google, let's talk about setting realistic financial goals. It's great to have big dreams, but you don't want to set yourself up for disappointment by expecting to go from 0 to $1 million overnight. So let's start small and work our way up. With the right financial habits and strategies, you can steadily build wealth and eventually reach your millionaire status. And hey, who knows, maybe one day you'll be the next Warren Buffett. Too many payment methods. Picture this, you're at a restaurant with friends, and it's time to split the bill. You reach into your wallet and pull out 6 different credit cards, each with a different balance and interest rate. Your friends look at you in confusion as you start swiping away like a madman. Or how about this? You're at the mall and you see a shiny new gadget that you just have to have. You pull out your wallet only to find that you have no idea which card to use to pay for it. So you start swiping away again, hoping that one of them will work. It's like playing a game of financial roulette, and it's not a fun game to play. Stick to 1 or 2 forms of payment, and your finances will thank you. Plus, think of all the time you'll save by not having to keep track of multiple accounts and interest rates. You could use that time to do something fun, like watching cat videos on YouTube or trying to master the art of the perfect pancake flip. Trying to look rich. Oh, the age-old struggle of keeping up with the Joneses. We all want to look like we're living the high life, but here's the truth bomb. Most people are broke because they're trying to appear rich. Think about it, if you make $100 an hour and work 40 hours a week, you're not going to settle for living on less than that. But when you buy something, you're not just paying in dollars. You're paying with your time and hours worked. That's right, every purchase you make represents a chunk of your life that you'll never get back. Let's say you want to buy the latest iPhone for $2,000. If you make $1,000 a month and work 22 days a month for 8 hours, your hourly rate is $5. That means you have to work 400 hours or 50 days to afford that iPhone. Is it really worth it when you can get a decent phone for a fraction of the cost and only have to work 20 hours to pay for it? Here's the thing, buying expensive things only makes sense if your hourly rate exceeds the price of the product. If it doesn't, you're just digging yourself into a deeper hole. To avoid being broke, we need to be willing to live a lifestyle at least one step down from our income level. That means giving up some of our wants and being okay with that. Borrowing money to buy depreciating assets. Let me tell you a little story about my friend who just had to have the latest and greatest sports car. He was so excited when he drove it off the lot, but then reality hit. He realized he was now stuck with a big monthly car payment for something that was losing value faster than a melting ice cream cone on a hot summer day. It's like taking a loan out to buy a fancy bottle of wine. Sure, it might be delicious, but once you've finished it, it's gone forever, and you're left with nothing to show for it except an empty bottle and possibly a hangover. If you want to build real wealth, you need to invest in assets that appreciate over time, like real estate, stocks, or your own education and skills. So the next time you're tempted to take out a loan for a shiny new toy, ask yourself this: will this make my bank account grow or shrink? They don't prepare themselves for emergencies. Did you know that nearly 1/3 of US households would need to sell something or borrow money to cover a $400 emergency? That's right, folks. One unexpected expense and they're already in financial trouble. It's like walking on a tightrope without a safety net. And let's face it, emergencies happen. It could be a medical emergency, a car breaking down, or even losing your job. But if you're unprepared, you're setting yourself up for a financial disaster. Think about it this way. If you have $100 in savings and your phone breaks, that's going to feel like a major emergency. But if you have $25,000 in an emergency fund, you can just shrug it off and get a new one without breaking a sweat. So my advice to you is to prepare for emergencies. Build an emergency fund and don't wait until it's too late. Trust me, it's better to be safe than sorry. And if you need more convincing, just ask the Federal Reserve Board. They did a study on it. Playing lottery. Hey, you know what's better than playing the lottery? Watching paint dry. At least with paint, you get to see something colorful happen. But seriously, playing the lottery is a terrible idea. Your odds of winning the grand prize are about as good as finding a needle in a haystack, blindfolded, and with one hand tied behind your back. And don't even get me started on scratch-offs or slot machines. You might as well just toss your money into a bonfire. But fear not, my friend, there are much better ways to use that hard-earned cash. Have you ever heard of a Roth IRA? It's a fantastic investment tool that can help you save for retirement while avoiding pesky taxes. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can always try your hand at some profitable investments. Just stay away from those lottery tickets, unless of course you need some fancy new confetti for your next party. So don't fall into the same financial traps that keep many people broke. Take control of your finances and start making smart choices today. With persistence and dedication, you can achieve financial success and create the life you desire. Now that you know the reasons why most people are still broke, are you ready to make some changes? If so, what changes are you planning for? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you again in the next video.